There's no movie I recommend more to students than Crazy Stupid Love. Not only is it a fun movie you can watch with a girl, and I recommend that guys watch this with girls because it's a fun romantic comedy, but also the game dynamics and attraction dynamics in this movie are on point. Granted, it is a movie, so everything like works out better for the characters than maybe what would happen in reality. But still, there are lessons and points you can learn and take away from it. From Steve Carell's transformation from like a loser guy who gets cheated on to becoming a stud, to Ryan Gosling, who is like his coach and actually someone who I model in my own game in his grace and just chill demeanor. So in this episode of a video breakdown, we're gonna break down one scene, Who Looks Like a Carrot, the Who Looks Like a Carrot scene in Crazy Stupid Love, and break down all the game dynamics that are happening and how you can use them. I'm Ricky Royal, America's elite attraction coach. Let's break down this video right now.
Hey, ladies man guy. Any tips of the trade?
Your wife cheated on you because you lost sight of who you are as a man. Would you take that straw to your mouth? It looks like you're sucking on it.
Okay.
So right off the bat here, we have his high status style. Ryan Gosling is just being shown right now, and the introduction to him is his high status style. So the main thing that brings out is what he looks like, what he's wearing. One of my students, one of the major shifts that helped him get a lot of results in dating was just updating his style. You know, he said that his style was the Asian dad. You know, he would just wear kind of frumpy clothes with Nike symbols and soccer clothes and backwards caps, and didn't really have a style of his own. And then when I recommended that he go like build his style and gave him some suggestions of what to do, he noticed that a lot more results were happening. Women were checking him out. You know, it's the same thing with a girl. If a girl's done up, you check her out. If she's not, you really don't glance at her. So same thing for you. If you want to be more attractive, up your style to more high status, more presentable, and it also makes you feel better when you have a better haircut, when you have clothes that you like that feel more like the confident version of you. You're going to act more confident in situations with hot women.
So much potential, and you've resorted to fantasizing about Conan Ginger Junk O'Brien. He's funny. He looks like a carrot, honey.
Who looks like a carrot? Hi. Who looks like a carrot?
Conan O'Brien. My friend.
So right here, Ryan Gosling's approach, you know, he picks up what they're talking about and just interjects himself. He's assertive and asserts himself into the conversation, right? It's very simple. Like, I like how simplistic his game is in this movie. And with the high status style, he's done upright, he's attractive. He goes in there and all he has to say is, "Who looks like a carrot?" And then kind of has a little smile, just keeps his cool, right? He's not trying to overcompensate. He's not trying really hard for their attention. He's not trying to be overtly funny. He's just asserting himself into the conversation, has a funny smile, and just saying like, yeah, let's see what happens.
Hannah here thinks he's sexy.
That's weird because I think that your friend Hannah is really sexy.
Oh my God. You did not just say that. How old are you?
What are you, a lawyer?
A little bit.
So right here, he establishes his intent. He's more direct in this case, where he's like, yeah, I think you're sexy, right? And as, I forget the actress's name, but as the girl like kind of blocks his advance, is like, oh my gosh, you did not just say that, how old are you? He doesn't just supplicate. He goes, what are you, a lawyer? He like throws a question back at her. You know, she kind of tests him like, how old are you? You know, kind of belittling his advancements. And he's like, what are you, a lawyer? And through doing that, he's still being challenging. He's still dominating the situation. He's finding out more about her. He finds out that she is a lawyer. And through that, we'll watch what happens.
A little bit.
Come on.
I know.
You are? Is she?
Gonna be.
Don't you think you're a little old to be using cheesy pickup lines?
Objection. Leading the witness. Wow, Hannah, you're really wearing that dress.
So she should test him again. She's like, don't you think that you're a little too old to be using cheesy pickup lines? You know, and a lot of guys, that would throw them off, that'd frustrate them. But she's also using that to test him, to test the caliber of man that he is. And what he does is he just blows it off. He throws it back at her, you know, and the fact that he knows that she is a lawyer, she goes, objection, leaving the witness. And if you look at her face right after, she smiles, she lights up like, oh, he passed, right? And he did it in a fun, flirtatious manner, instead of getting butthurt and walking away from the table.
You're doing it a favor.
Oh, God.
That's a line. Me sitting over there for the past 2 hours not being able to take my eyes off of you is a fact. I mean, there's lots of beautiful women in this bar, your friend included. Hi.
I love you.
But I can't take my eyes off of you. That's a fact. It's not a line. I find you very attractive. Do you find me attractive?
She does.
I don't.
You do. She does.
Yes, she does.
I don't.
You do.
You do.
So what I like about this is he goes in and he throws out a line, and he even tells himself, like, she goes, oh, like, right, kind of rejects it, and he can tell himself in his body as he's saying it, he's like, oh, this is a canned line, like, I'm kind of just using this. So he's like, that's a line. So he calls himself on it, calls himself out on it, uses social awareness, and then actually goes genuine and goes, actually, like, there's a lot of beautiful women around here, but I just seem attracted to you, right? And why that works is because it comes from a genuine place. And even I like too how he compliments her friend as well. He's like, there are a lot of attractive women around here, your friend included, right? So he's giving out compliment, he's giving out value, he's being genuine with his advancement. So what's good about that is a lot of guys, when they get into game, and I was just talking to a student about this yesterday, was that guys tend to get in game, they learn too much technique, which kind of turns them into like a game sociopath. All they know is game and technique, right? And so they kind of just put on this mask of they know what to say and to do, but there's no heart in it. There's no genuine connection that the girl can relate to you with. You're just kind of like this facade. So what I like with him is he's using technique and he's being genuine. And that's the key tell of an attractive man who's really mastered his game, is someone who knows how to do technique, but also can bring out his genuine, authentic self and just uses techniques to bring that most attractive version side of him out for the girl.
Don't.
Hannah, can I buy you a drink?
No.
You say no a lot, don't you?
No.
Oh, boy. Permission to approach the bench?
Seriously?
Just come on, let me...
All right, so right here, he does the next step. So a lot of guys are like, what are the next step? He's like, can I buy you a drink? Now, the thing with drinks, to buy a girl a drink is to get some of her time. It's not to get anything from her. It's not to get sex from her. It's just you're almost buying time with her to spend with her. Like if she said yes, he would be able to isolate her. So it's just them and they can be a little bit more intimate, a little bit more flirtatious without the friend there. But she says no, right? And he playfully throws back, you say no a lot. To which he says, no, I don't, right? And so he kind of plays with it. He's not, you can tell there's no outcome, he's just enjoying the process of trying to pick her up, right? And that's what I really like about his character in this movie, is there is a sense of gracefulness with his game. You know, there is game technique in here that you can break down, there is authenticity, and then there's also this thing of gracefulness where he's enjoying the whole process of it, not trying to rush to the end. Even though at the end he does, and he bluntly states that he does want to hook up with her. So let's watch him deliver his closing line.
Let me deliver my closing argument.
Sure, proceed.
Anna, we live in a physical world, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're going to age, right?
So just real quickly with his argument, he is baby stepping it. So he'll say statements and then say right and get her to agree with it. This is a sales technique called getting to yes. And basically what you do is the more time you get the person to say yes, by the end of your pitch where you sell them on a product or whatnot, you have had them say yes so many times that when you say buy now, they're gonna say yes. So he's using this in his game to go home with her, or go home with him. He's getting her to say yes, so by the end when he does the final offer, she'll want to say yes. Okay.
We live in a physical world, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're going to age, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you this, you're never going to regret going home with that guy from the bar that one time that was a total tomcat in the sack. But I can't guarantee that you won't not regret it.
That's a double negative.
You're a double negative. Okay, Hannah, can I buy you a drink?
Okay. You know what? It's time to go home.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's forward of you, but okay.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
The T-boat saw 3.
So, should I get my car or yours? Should I pull the car around? Have you been drinking? I'll drive.
Liz, coming.
So what I like about the end of this scene is as he's getting rejected, he's still making it fun. He's still throwing out jokes. And the key takeaway points that you can see from this is that he goes in, he's assertive. He's not overly trying. He's just chill. He's very calm, cool, and collected, his whole demeanor throughout the whole pickup. He's also enjoying the process of it. There's no outcome. And so every little like move, every little objection and whatnot, he has something funny to say. He's just enjoying it. He has a smile on the whole time. Even as he's getting rejected, you see that his self-worth and confidence isn't diminishing. It's just like, oh, okay, that's too bad. Well, let's see what the next one does, right? And so he's actually boosting his state through going through that whole process. So who knows what other girl is going to come in that he could talk to, and from that interaction, use all the positive energy he just built up to go flirt with the next girl. And what's cool too is since he was so cool and collected and confident about his intentions to just pick her up and hook up with her that night, she ends up coming back later in the movie and picking him up, basically. So that's the thing too, is if you give a girl a good experience, even though she tells you no right then and there, you can always run into her again and things go better. And I've had this with countless situations. And if you're serious about leveling up your game and you actually work on your game regularly, you'll notice every 3 months. Like there's been times when I've been rejected by girls and then 3 months later I see the same girl out, my game has gotten better, she's forgotten about me, and then we end up making out, or I end up like taking her home or something like that. So it's if you give them a good experience and if you keep working on yourself, there's unlimited chances. You know, even if a girl like remembers you, you can make fun of your old self and be like, yeah, that was really weird, I did use that weird cheesy pickup line. So anyways, like, what are you doing here tonight, right? So I hope this helps. If you have any more dating questions or anything, leave them down below. And if you have any requests of any more video breakdowns you would like us to do, leave them down below in the comment section too. And if you would like to 10x your confidence, we have a webinar going on this week. It was such a huge success last week that a lot of guys liked it and they got a lot of benefit out of it, that we're actually running it now regularly. So if you want to get your seat to this 10x confidence webinar, check out the link down below, and I will see you next time. Take care, my friend. Peace.
With me.
I want to show you off to my ex-wife to make her really jealous.